In Illinois, the law says that no driver may transport, carry, possess, or have any alcoholic liquor within the passenger area of a vehicle, unless it's unopened. So if that raises some questions for you, then let's dive down into the details of this law right now. Hi, I'm attorney Derek Martin with Driver Defense Team, and today we're talking about the law that says you may not illegally transport open alcohol in your vehicle. So what are we talking about here? We are talking about a cup, a bottle, or a can that is open. It is no longer in its original factory seal. So it's been opened. Just simply opening it, taking a swig and putting the cap back on is not considered to be closed still. That's considered to be open even if the cap is twisted on it tight. The law says that this alcohol cannot be in the passenger compartment. So that means with the driver, with the passenger, with the back seat, anyone there, anywhere passengers or people can sit is considered to be the passenger compartment. The trunk, especially if it's separate, is not considered to be the passenger compartment. So you could put it there. If you do have an open bottle that you're trying to bring home, you want to put it in the trunk, separate and away from you and your passengers, that would be legal. That law does not apply to limousines, chartered buses, and mobile homes. Those are definitely having a separate type of passenger compartment, right? For example, limousine has the barrier of the driver and the passengers are definitely separate in that. And so that's why that's allowed. But your everyday typical car or truck, not allowed to have any open alcohol. The other requirement under the law is that this be on a public highway. So if you were in a private parking lot, or you're sitting in the driveway of your own house, that is considered to be private property. That is not a public highway, so therefore it is not illegal necessarily to do that in private property. And so what are the defenses to something like this? Well, most commonly, an officer pulls you over, he sees a can of beer open in the car or a cup or something like that, and he's going to give you a ticket for this. So the defenses are multiple. There could be that the officer didn't have probable cause to stop your vehicle in the first place, or that it was an unreasonable search. The officer did not have the authority to go through and search your vehicle in the first place. Another defense or an argument is oftentimes the fact that the officer does not actually test the liquid to see if it's alcohol. This is especially prevalent when it's a cup, right? You got a solo cup or something like that, and the officer just pours it out, smells it maybe, and says, yeah, this is alcohol, right? Well, how can he say that for sure? It has not been tested to be alcohol. So that's a defense we've often raised and done it successfully. Finally, this container has to actually have some liquid in it. I've seen situations where there's empty beer cans from a month ago and they're found, but there's absolutely not a drop in them. They're totally empty. Well, that's not alcohol then, that's just an empty container, right? And so that can be a defense too, depending on your circumstances. And these are all defenses that we can look into for you because you do want to avoid a conviction on this if at all possible. This is just a traffic ticket. It is not considered to be a criminal offense, but this is a traffic ticket that can have an impact. First of all, there's fines and fees, up to $1,000 plus court costs for something like this. Additionally, it can cause your insurance rates to increase, and it can just generally cause you to have a bad driving record. If you are over the age of 21, then this ticket in and of itself will not suspend your license. But if you have prior tickets within the last 12 months, well, then this can add up and lead to a suspension. If you are under 21 and you get convicted for this, your license will be suspended for 1 year. So while this is not a criminal offense, it is an alcohol-related offense, and that can have a bad consequence, right? And it's just not something that you want if it can be avoided. So let's talk about the particular circumstances under which you got pulled over and the circumstances under which the officer found this in your vehicle, and let's see how we can help you out in court. Thank you for watching this. I hope it provided you an understanding as to what the law is in Illinois.